Hi, it's AJ again, and this is it, the final rule. Congratulations, you did it. You made it through all 7 rules. You have learned all of them. Today, I'm going to talk about number 7. Why is this one number 7? Well, because I think it's the most powerful. Listening is the most important because it's a very general rule, and it's the one that you must do. But this one, this technique, rule number 7, is really the most powerful. It's the most powerful way to improve quickly. Your speaking, your vocabulary, your grammar, everything improves very fast when you follow rule number 7. So let's talk about it. What is it? Rule number 7 is use, listen, and answer mini stories. So what is that? Okay? Listen and answer mini stories. Probably you have never heard these before, because in most normal schools, certainly in most textbooks, in most CD programs or audio programs, most of them do not use listen and answer lessons, listen and answer stories. Yet these are the most powerful way to learn English quickly, easily, and automatically. These are the most powerful lessons I know. And we tried a lot. We looked for a long time, for many years, trying to find the best way to teach English. And we found this technique, and since using this technique, our students are so happy because they really improve. They really learn to speak and understand quickly, easily, and automatically. So I love this rule, rule number 7. It's my favorite. So a listen and answer story is a special way to teach English and learn English. So let me talk about what is it. Well, that beginning part is very important. Listen and answer. If you think about a real conversation, what happens in a real conversation? Well, usually we have a lot of questions and a lot of answers, right? It's not just one person talking, and another one sitting, listening. Usually it's back and forth, back and forth. One person talks, and then maybe asks a question, and then the other person understands, answers the question, talks some more, and then maybe asks another question, and then it's back and forth, questions and answers, talking, questions, answering, talking, questions, answering. This is natural speech. Happens all the time. Another important thing, when we hear a question, our brain wakes up. It becomes more alive. Why? Because a question is not passive. When you hear a question, you must do something, right? Your brain has to think in English, understand the question, and then answer in English. So this is also very important. It means it's very active. It's an active way to learn. Your brain works faster and learns much faster when we use a lot of questions. So that's why we use these stories. Here's how it works. In a story, the teacher will ask the story. Now, I did not say tell the story, right? Usually a normal story, somebody tells the story. They just talk, and you listen. Or if you're watching a movie, you're watching TV, you're just sitting and listening. That's okay. You do need to do that a lot. But we do something different with listen and answer stories. We ask a story. In other words, we ask a lot of questions. We do this because you must think in English. This is what we teach you to do with these questions. We're teaching you to constantly and quickly think in English. So what we do is we use very, very easy questions. This is also important. If we use difficult questions, what will happen? Well, you will think, and everything will be very slow. You'll think slowly. Probably you will think in your language, right? You will translate, then you'll think in your language, then you'll think of an answer in your language, then you'll translate back to English. It's all very slow. So in these special stories, we ask a lot of questions. We ask fast questions, but they're very, very easy. They're easy so you can understand instantly, very, very fast, and then your job as the student is to answer very quickly. Speed is the most important part of these stories. And when you answer, you use only one word or two words usually. These are very, very short answers. You don't need to answer a big long sentence. You're not trying to think about grammar. You're not thinking about anything. You're teaching your brain to understand English very quickly and instantly give an answer. Instantly speak. Understand quickly, speak quickly. That's what we are teaching you with these special stories, by asking these questions. Let me give you a very short and a very, very easy, simple example. Now, in our normal stories, it's usually faster and more difficult and certainly longer. But this is just an example. So I might say, I'm telling you a story, and I say, in this story, there is a boy. Then I ask a question very fast. Is there a boy? Your job as the student, you say, yes. Right? Very easy. I just told you there's a boy. Then I ask you, is there a boy? So of course you understand very fast and you answer very, very fast. You shout, yes. And I say, is there a boy or is there a girl? You shout, boy. Again, it's so fast and so easy. You don't need to think. You don't need to think in your language. You can think immediately in English. You can understand immediately in English. You can answer quickly with one or two words immediately in English. I say, yes, that's right. There is a boy. And then I say, in fact, the boy's name is John. Okay. I say, what is his name? You shout, John. I say, is John a boy or a girl? You shout, boy. I say, is there a boy? You say, yes. This is it. This is the basic technique. I continue more and more and more. And every time a little bit, I add something more. John goes to a store. Where does he go? You say, a store. I say, does he go to Japan? You say, no. I say, where does he go? You say, a store. And then I say, who goes to the store? You shout, John. Or maybe you shout, a boy. They're both correct. And then I just continue this story with a lot of questions. Questions, 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 and more questions. So many questions. And they're very easy and very fast. And you, listening to these stories, you hear the question, you shout an answer immediately. You hear this easy question, you shout the answer. So it's just question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. It's all very, very fast and very easy. What are we doing? We are teaching you to think in English, and we're teaching you to speak English very fast with no thinking. So these rules seem very, very simple, right? Well, you know what? Most of these rules are very simple, but they're very, very powerful, especially when you use all of them. Well, this one is super powerful. It's simple. It's a very simple teaching technique, but man, this thing is powerful, especially when you use it for 1 month or 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. You will be amazed at how much you improve. Your speaking will get so fast, and you will begin to think in English. And then after a few more months, thinking more and more in English. Until suddenly, after maybe 6 months, I don't know, maybe 8 months, everybody's a little different, you will find that you understand quickly and instantly, and you just speak. There's no more thinking, no more translating, just you hear and you speak. You hear and you speak. It's amazing and it feels great. That's the power of rule number 7. So how can you use this? Well, show this video to a native speaker, to an American, a Canadian, a British person. You can find somebody in your little town, I'm sure, or your big city, and show them this video. Ask them to make some stories like this. Then you record them. Later, you can listen to that story again and again, and every time you hear a question, you shout the answer. Very simple, very easy. Okay? All right, well, guess what? Now you are finished. That's it. You are finished with the 7 rules course. Yay! You should celebrate. So what do you do now? Well, number 1, you should review all of the rules. Watch all the videos again so that you remember all of them. And then use them every day when you study English, when you learn English. Just doing that, that's free, that is easy. You will improve so much. Now also, of course, we do have lessons. We made some Learn Real English lessons, and these are really fantastic. And this is a very easy and convenient way to use all of the 7 rules. When you get our lessons, you get this whole group of lessons that are very organized. All the lessons have these listen and answer stories, every one of them. They all have those grammar point of view stories. They all have vocabulary lessons that teach you phrases. They are all audio, so you're going to be listening, listening, listening. We use all 7 rules in all of our lessons, and so they're very powerful. Now, I'm not trying to sell you a bunch of lessons. You can use these 7 rules at home, yourself, and you don't need to get our rules. And you don't need to get our lessons, I'm sorry. But if you want to, if you want a very convenient, fast, powerful way to keep going, to continue, then yes, I do recommend that you get our Learn Real English lessons. Now, as some of you know, you've been reading our emails, we have been very busy. We've been very shocked and surprised in a good way. I mean, we're happy, but also we're getting so many emails now, so many comments, so many people wanting our lessons. It's been overwhelming. It's been really a lot of work. And so we made a very difficult decision. We decided to limit the number of people who can get our lessons. We must do this. I mean, to do a good job, to have a lot of energy, to be happy and smiling and love what we're doing, we must limit the number of lessons we sell. We have over 500,000 people waiting for these lessons, and that's just too many people. I'm sorry, but we're only 3 people, and we just cannot directly teach more than, 500,000 people, I'm sorry. 500,000 people. So we are limiting the amount that we are selling. So, if you don't want our lessons, no problem. Use these 7 rules at home. You can do it. You can find some teacher or tutor, and they can help you with some of this. So, no worries. That's great. But, if you do want these lessons, if you think, wow, these lessons will help me, this is what I need, this is what I want, that's great, but you need to really decide and you need to do something now, because these lessons are selling very, very fast and we must limit them. So, just decide fast. If you don't want them, no problem. Use the 7 rules. Good luck to you. If you do want our lessons, if you think they're going to help you, you really need to decide right now and make a quick decision. Do what you need to do. And you can read below. You can read more about the lessons below. Read the text. You can read all about them. And then you can click that big yellow button that says Get the Lessons Now. So if you don't want them, no problem. But if you think you do, please decide fast before they're all gone. All right? Thank you so much for letting us teach you. Thank you for being a part of these 7 rules. We have really enjoyed teaching the 7 rules to you. We'll see you again, and if you join our lessons, if you get our lessons, we'll see you on the member forums, and we will continue teaching you. So see you again. Have a great day, and good luck with your English learning. Bye-bye.